Hello everyone, this is Muhammad Asad Ali and I teach mathematics at the International School. In this video, we will be talking about practice 3 of Unit 7 of MYP1 Mathematics. The unit is perimeter, area and volume. So in this exercise, we will be talking about prisms. So first of all, let's discuss what are prisms. According to definition, I have tried to write the basic definition instead of going to the technical terms. So prism is a solid geometric figure whose two ends are similar, equal and parallel. So if you look at this shape, so you can see that the two ends which are colored red are same on the both sides. So they are equal, they are parallel to each other, and rectilinear means there is no curve space between them. If I make it here, so you can see that there is no curve space between them. But if I make two rectangles here, and if there is a curved space between them, so this is not a prism. Prism is when the all the sides are parallel and rectilinears. So and whose sides are parallelograms, so all the green sides you can see are parallelograms, means opposite sides are parallel to each other. So as the same case in this, so in MYP1, in this unit we will be talking about only two kind of prisms. This is called rectangle or square based prism, because the base will be either square or a rectangle, and this is a triangle based prism. So in practice 3 we will be talking about the formula of volume of a prism. So volume of prism, the basic formula for volume of prism is area of base times height. So this is the formula of volume of a prism. So let's discuss the question number 1. Find the volume of each prism. So we have to find the volume. So as we discussed, that the formula for volume of prism is base area times height. So the most difficult thing in finding the volume of prism is the identification of the base. So remember, base is that shape which is same in the both ends. So you can see if I shade this part, this and the shape at the top are same, so we can say that this is our base. So we need to find the area of base here. So area of base is basically base is a rectangle, so area of rectangle is 11 by 9, and the height of this prism is 8. So 11 times 9 times 8 will give us 792, and the unit is always cubed because we are multiplying centimeter 3 times, so power will be 3 here. Acha. You have also studied that the formula for volume of a cuboid is length into breadth into height. So that is same basically. You can see length times breadth is basically the area of the base. So both have same answers. Now in part B, if you see, this is a triangular prism, but you need to identify the base. I cannot say that this part is the base because this face is not same at the top and the bottom. So we take that shape as base which is same in the both ends. So if we take this triangle, you can see this triangle is same on the both ends. So this triangle will be the base. We need to find the base area, and then we will have to multiply with the height, which is 18 in this case. So formula for volume is base area times height. In this scenario, base area is basically the area of triangle, so I should write half into base of triangle, that is 20, and height of triangle, that is 15, times height of the prism, that is 18. Because if we are considering this as the base, then the side which is perpendicular to base is always height. So when we simplify this, 10 times 15 is 150, and 150 times 18 gives 2700, and unit will be cubic centimeters. Moving to part C, Same scenario here. We can see the triangle is same on the both ends, so this triangle will be taken as base. So formula for volume is base area times height. So since base is a triangle, so half into base of the triangle is 8 and height of the triangle is 5 times height of the prism, that is 14, because they are making a right angle here. So if we simplify 2 and 8, we get 20 in this bracket times 14. So final answer is 280 cubic centimeters. Moving to part D, you can see that this face is same at the both end, top and bottom. So this face can be taken as base. So first we need to find the area of the base and then multiply it by height, that is 1. So for base, you can see this is this shape, a combination of rectangle and square. So the dimensions, I'm writing the dimensions here. From this we can extract these dimensions. So if you cut it into two shapes, you can see this is a square of 1 by 1 and this is a rectangle of 2 by 1. So according to formula, volume of prism is base area times height. So for base area we need to find area of this shape. So this is a combination of square and rectangle, so area of rectangle is 1 times 1 and area of square is 1 times 1 and area of this rectangle is 1 by 2. So 1 plus 2, that is 3. So base area is 3 and height of this prism is 1. So 3 times 1 is 3 cubic meters. Moving to question number 2. Now the scenario is opposite. We have been given the volume and we need to find out the length of the pink edge. So in this case we need to find out the height of the prism and we know the dimensions of the base. These are the base, so this shape is the base. So we just need to substitute the values that are given in the formula and we will get the remaining values. So volume is base area times height. Volume we already know is 168. Base area, so area of base is 4 by 6 and since we don't know height, so I am just writing the variable h here. So 4 times 6, 24 times h, and when you shift 24 on the other side you get 7. So the height of this prism is 7 and the unit is centimeter. Moving to part B, same case, we have the base, dimensions of base, and we need to find the height of this prism. So we will use the same method, volume equals base area times height. Volume is given 156. Base area, since base is a triangle, so half into base, which is 6, and height of triangle is 5.2 times height of the prism. We will use h for it. So when you simplify this, 3 times 5.2 is 15.6 times height, and when you divide both sides by 15.6 you get 10 and the unit is centimeter. Moving to part C. Now in this case one of the dimensions of the base is not given, means the base of triangle is not given, the height of triangle is given, and the height of prism is also given, and volume is also given. So we will use the same formula to find out the missing element. Volume equals area of base times height. So volume is 720. Base is half into base, we do not know, so I am using the variable b for it, and the height of triangle is 8 and height of prism is 15. So when you simplify 2 and 8 it becomes 4, and 4 times 15 is 60 and when you divide 720 by 60 you get 12. So the base of triangle is 12 centimeters. Moving to question number 3. Now in this question we have been given a table in which we have different shapes, and each shape, for each rectangular prism, since it's a rectangular prism, we have been given the length, width and height and volume chart in which some of the elements are missing. So in these four elements, one is missing and three have been given, so we will utilize the same we will use the same formula for volume, that is volume equals base area times height. So since in rectangular prism base area is length into breadth, so we can say volume is length into breadth into height. So if you know the length and breadth and height, just multiply these three elements, you will get the volume. Just like in shape number 4, you just need to multiply 7 by 4 by 11. So 7 times 4 times 11 is 308. Now in other cases, we have been given the length and width and we need to find the height, and volume is given. So if volume is given and you need to find any of these three, so we can divide or shift the remaining two elements on the other side. Let's say if you need to find height, so you can say that is equal to volume divided by length times breadth. Or if you want to find the breadth, so that is volume divided by length times height. And suppose if you want to find length, so volume divided by breadth times height. So in other words, we can say if you need to find any one of these three, you need to divide the product of the other two by the volume. Let's do it here. We know the volume and we have the length and width. So alternatively you can just write the formula of volume, that is V equals length into breadth into height, and just substitute the values you already know. 600 equals 10 into 12 into h, and then you multiply these two, you get 120 times h, and 600 divided by 120 is 5. So this method is also fine and this will also work, but these formula you can drive yourself to save your time. So you need to find length. So to find the length, you just need to divide the volume by product of base and height. So 4 multiplied by 9 is 36. 90 divided by 36 will be the answer, which is 2.5. Now you need to find the width. So width will be just divide the volume by product of these two. So this will be 300 divided by 3 times 25, which is 75. So 300 divided by 75 is 4. Now for the last part, we know the volume. So to find the volume, to find the height, divide the volume by the product of the other two numbers. 88 times 20 is 160. So 560 divided by 160 is 3.5. Now question number 4. The question says a box of rice in a shape of a rectangular prism has length 12, height 18 and width 2.5. Find the volume of the box. So we have been given the dimensions of the rectangular prism and we need to find the volume. So we know that the three dimensions are 12 and 2.5 and 18. So to find the volume we just need to multiply the three dimensions because this is a rectangular prism. So length into breadth into height, that is 12 into 2.5 into 18, so we get 540 cubic centimeters. Now the box says that it contains 7 ounces of rice. If 1 ounce has approximate volume of 30 centimeter cube, approximately how many cubic centimeters are in the box? So if 1 ounce has 30 centimeter cube, so 7 ounces will be 7 times 30, which is 210 cubic centimeters. Now find the volume of the empty space in the box filled with the 7 ounce of rice. So you can see that the volume of the box is 540 and the volume of rice only is 210. So if you subtract them, you get the space which is empty. So 540 minus 210, that is 330 cubic centimeters. So design a rectangular prism that would be a better fit for the given volume of rice. That means if you want to design a prism that should fit 210 centimeter cube without leaving any space. So we know that the formula for volume is for rectangular prism is length into breadth into height. So we need to find three numbers. When you multiply those three numbers, you get 210. So let's say if we continue from this, we can say that it should be 7 times 3 times 10. So it may be 7 times 3 times 10. Now moving to the question number 5. This is the last question of this exercise. New designs for product are constantly being created in an effort to find some ecologically friendly packaging. So we have been given some information, and then in part A it says a traditional toothpaste box rectangular prism measures 3 by 8 by 4.2 by 19 centimeters. So draw a diagram of this and complete with dimensions and calculate the volume. So if you have to draw a rectangular prism, it will be like this. And now the dimensions are 3.8, 4.2 and 19 centimeters. So for volume, we know that for rectangular prism we just need to multiply the three dimensions. So that will be 4.2 times 3.8 times 19, that is 303.24 cubic centimeters. In part B, they say the new Tetra Pak design has a base width, you can see the image here. The base width is 3.5 and height is 16.4 and the depth is 3.5 centimeter. So draw a diagram of this and complete with dimensions and calculate the volume. So suppose if we consider this diagram, so these are the two lengths and this is the height. So height has been given as a 16.4. So we can say that this dimension is 16.4. And this is 3.5 and 3.5. So if you consider this is a prism and the base is a triangle, because these two triangles you can find same on both ends. So this will be taken as base of the prism and height of this prism will be 3.5. So now we need to find the volume of this prism. So we know that the volume of prism is base area times height. So base is the a triangle, so we will use the formula for area of triangle, that is half into base is 3.5 and height of the triangle is 16.4. Now the height of the prism, that is 3.5. So when you multiply these 3 and 4 numbers, means 1 upon 2 times 3.5 times 16.4 times 3.5, you get 100.45 cubic centimeters. Part C says both of the prism contain the same amount of toothpaste. So compare the volume of space packaging of each take-ups. So you can see that in part B, the prism is taking less space and the triangular prism is taking less space and the rectangular prism is taking more space. That is almost 3 times of that. So if you were to pack 10 Tetra Pak together, how could you configure them to minimize the space? So if I'm packing this, so I will place the Tetra Paks in this way so that the space between is utilized efficiently. That's it for now. Thank you very much for your time. Bye bye.